Welcome back everyone to another episode of my Manchester United career on FIFA 16. Up next for United in the Premier League then, we travel to newly promoted Bournemouth, and what a fantastic job Eddie Howe has done. I mean, you look at where they were 5 years ago and compare it to today. They're in the top flight of English football. They're in the Premier League, playing the likes of Manchester United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool. It's an incredible feat, and I'm happy for Bournemouth and its fans that they're here, finally, in the Premier League. This is my lineup then. I've gone with Varane at the back. He gets a start for United. And up front, Martial comes in to replace Harry Kane, who's been in poor form lately. He's scored a few goals since the start of the season, but he just hasn't been consistent enough to warrant a first-team spot for this game. Even though Bournemouth, they've done a fantastic job getting into the Premier League, you've got to consider us as favourites. Oh, that was dangerous. Took a deflection. Would have gone in if De Gea wasn't in goal. Bournemouth leaving plenty of space in midfield. It's allowing us to work freely. Look at the space Memphis has got here. Going to pull this one back and maybe go for a finesse shot on the right foot. Oh, almost crept in. 34 yards out. Don't want to give it to Rooney. We'll have Memphis take it because his free kick stats are fantastic. That's such an engage as well. And it's gone in! It's 1-0. What a start for United. 22 minutes gone. And it's Memphis with the goal. From a free kick, 34 yards out as well. Burrow just couldn't get across the goal quick enough. Couldn't cover that top corner. Memphis showing great precision. Finds that top left-hand corner. Let's take a look at that again. I think Burrow did get a fingertip to it, but just couldn't prevent the ball from finding that top corner. See it from this angle. Much better. Bends it round the wall. And what a finish. Now, because this is FIFA, and because Bournemouth are fresh to the Premier League, I do kind of expect them to bounce back. Richie whips that in for Sermon, who hits the side netting. Bit of a warning that for United. We need to go and double our lead if we can. 33 yards out this time. All the Wolves move forwards. They're way over that line. Come on, ref. He's not going to have a word with it. I'm going to give this to Memphis again. Can he get his second of the game? Let's see. Let's line it up. Let's bend this around the wall again. This would be fantastic. It's on target, and Burrock this time saves it. So close. Here come Bournemouth. Kicking off the second half. Sermon, who had a great chance in the first. Arta. These two just dominating midfield at the moment for Bournemouth. Daniels. Oh. Using that off the ball skill that you can do on FIFA. He's gone for the shot. De Gea with the save. De Gea again. That's going to be a corner, but De Gea, I don't think he was aware of the second save that he made as he was just getting up off the ground. But Bournemouth have a corner here. That's going to go straight into the hands of De Gea. No, it's not. It's gone straight to the head of Francis, who's converted it into a goal. There is the equaliser. It's 1-1 here now. That's given us some food for thought. And given Bournemouth great confidence now. Overall, they've been brilliant with set pieces, Bournemouth. They've got another corner. And we can clear that with ease. And we can move here with Memphis. They're committing too many men forwards at the moment, Bournemouth. Can we just round our man? Let's pull that back and poke that through to Martial. That's Nick Powell. Look at the space Powell's got. Well onside. There is the second goal. We're back in the lead against Bournemouth. That's a bit of a setback for them. They were brimming with confidence after they got that equaliser, but as soon as we've made it two, they've gone quiet. Well, the fans have anyway. Let's see what they do. Let's see how they respond to United taking the lead again. Been such an action-packed game, back and forth between Bournemouth and United. And Richie with a poor volley there. Could have caught De Gea out though, as the ball bounced up off the ground. Let's knock this back out, take it short, as they always do. Oh no, no. Made a huge mistake there with Luke Shaw trying to chip the ball over the top of Wilson. But I didn't lift the ball high enough, and Wilson's height just about brought that down. And now it's 2-2. How on earth are Bournemouth doing this? It's fantastic, really, from their point of view. But you got to give Wilson credit there, how well he kept the ball under control. Well, what can I say from Manchester United's point of view? It's Bournemouth 2, United 2. We come away with just a point. Really, this was a game, on paper, this was a game we should have been winning, that we were considered favourites. But Bournemouth really pulling out all the stops. They did so well to earn this point. We just got to make sure now in the reverse fixture we don't draw again and we kind of make an example of them at Old Trafford. Can't let this happen again. Well, this is a weird one. I'm not too sure what's happened because the last time I looked at the Capital One Cup quarter-final draw, we were going to be going up against Tottenham at White Hart Lane, but now it looks like Tottenham have got Arsenal and we've got Birmingham. Bit of a weird one, that. I'm not sure if any of you guys have come across that yet in FIFA career mode. Maybe it's just my mistake. Maybe I've overwritten the save before the draw was made. That's the only thing I can think of at the moment, but we've got Birmingham anyway. Just going to focus on that. As always, I'm going to be playing it on Legendary. Just relish the challenge. I'm sure Birmingham, they're going to be raring to go because it's at their ground as well. So it's going to be a tough challenge because they're so close to the final of the Capital One Cup. We're at St Andrews then for our next game in the Capital One Cup, this time around in the quarterfinals against Birmingham City. A place in the semis is up for grabs. It's always a chance for me to switch the team around, play some of our fringe players like Jesse Lingard. We've got Nick Powell starting, who's been in sensational form lately, scored in our previous game after coming off the bench against Bournemouth, and has also helped the team get to this spot in the Capital One Cup with a couple of goals as well. Just as I predicted, Birmingham, they're being stubborn. They want a place in the semis. I mean, we're over half an hour gone, and it's still 0-0. Just find it so difficult to break them down. Kane, Nick Powell screaming out for the ball. He's got it. And he makes it 1-0. He just cannot stop scoring at the moment for Manchester United. He's almost giving Rooney and Martial a run for their money. That first half was a bit of a joke for Birmingham. Oh, they've made a massive mistake. Nick Powell, can we capitalise? We can. Can we? Yes, we can. 2-0, and it's Harry Kane that gets his goal. And what a finish it was. As Nick Powell on the turn did well as well to bat off 3 Birmingham players to find that pass to push it through to Harry Kane, who's in bags of space, and on the bounce hit it on the volley. Superb goal. Let's see that from this angle. Boom, straight top corner. Overall, Harry Kane hasn't been good enough in this game. Yes, he's got his goal, but I think we'll save him for our next fixture against Norwich at home. Maybe he can put in a stellar performance there. But on comes James Wilson to replace him, and Pereira also comes on to replace Nick Powell. Oh, no way! I didn't know Pereira has a star head on FIFA 16. Now that is awesome. We are heading through to the semi-finals of the Capital One Cup after beating Birmingham City at St Andrews 2-0. Wonder who we're going to be drawn against, keeping in mind the semi-finals of the Capital One Cup are played in 2 legs. So we've been drawn against West Ham. We will play them at Upton Park and at Old Trafford, whereas Arsenal have been drawn against Sunderland. It's going to be interesting to see who will... He'll be heading through to the final. I think the favourites are Arsenal and United. We're finally back at Old Trafford as Manchester United prepare to take on Norwich City, another newly promoted side. So for Manchester United, De Gea starts in goal at the back. Darmian, Smalling, Rojo and Shaw in midfield. Schneiderlin and Schweinsteiger get their starts. And up front, Anthony Martial starts ahead of Harry Kane, who did get his goal against Birmingham City in that Capital One Cup fixture, but his performance, he hasn't really clicked at the moment at United, but I do expect it to happen sooner rather than later. So last time out against newly promoted Bournemouth, we drew 2-2. Now can we get a win here? Surely got to win this game. We're back at Old Trafford. I'm sure Martial could have intercepted that ball then. Whittaker, ooh, Memphis Depay. Really going in with that challenge. Olsen. That's a good ball over the top. Where is Darmian? Let's pick him up. Keep tracking him back. Put him under pressure. I can clear that. It's a good ball from Schweinsteiger. He doesn't really take corners that often for me. I decided to give him a shot, and Martial on the volley. Oh, how amazing would that have been if the ball had been dipping into that top corner? I think that would have been my goal of the season right there if that actually paid off for Martial. Houlihan, always been a thorn in my side whenever I've come up against him in previous FIFAs. And now, Dorrans, no, pulls it back. Oh, what a save by De Gea. Get rid of it. Oh, come on. 1-0 to Norwich just before half-time. And that's changed the landscape of this game completely. A final burst of an attack from Manchester United before the break. Can we get an equaliser? get back on level terms at Old Trafford. Let's give that to Mata. There we go. A diving header. Beating John Ruddy. And that is 1-1. We're back in this. I'm glad we've got that, because I didn't want to go into the break trailing Norwich City, newly promoted team, at Old Trafford as well. Would have been dire. They're just looking so threatening going forwards, Norwich. Especially Dorrans. They're just putting everything through him at the moment, and we still can't clear this ball. It's Houlihan. Finds City. Oh my words. It's 2-1 to Norwich. How are we trailing? How is this happening? Just simply not good enough from United. Hoof up the field, doesn't he, Ruddy? Should be able to get rid of it though. Oh my word, no. Oh, come on! Really? 3-1 to Norwich. Just minutes after they scored the second goal. This game's almost out of sight. What is going on with our defence? Surely not. Surely Norwich aren't going to find a fourth here. Oh my god, look at the way they're playing. Malumbo almost pulled the trigger then on that chance. It's embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing from Manchester United, as we have lost 3-1 here to newly promoted side Norwich. Okay, fair enough. You're going to lose games in football. You can't win every single game. But we've now got to ensure that we don't lose like that again this season, or for any other season. We've got to be on top of our game next time around when we travel to Carrow Road to play them in the reverse fixture. It's just simply not good enough. God knows how we're going to get on if we perform like that in our next game away against Stoke. Thanks for watching, guys.